Hey, good afternoon, friends. I just wanted to talk about some frugal ideas on how to save money in the kitchen and in the laundry room. I've watched a lot of frugal videos in the recent past, and there's some great ideas. Um, of course, everybody has a few ideas, but pretty much they're all the same. But I just want to go over a few of them with you that I have found that really worked for me. So we'll start with saving money in the kitchen. The first thing that I'd like to stress is meal planning. That is a huge deal breaker. The best way to do that is set a dollar amount that you want to spend when you go to the grocery store. On the average, they say about, got a little itch on my nose. Okay, so about $50 per person, but I say you can do it a lot less. But let me make a disclaimer here before I even begin talking about certain places. I do not represent anywhere as far as grocery stores or shopping stores. So when I mention a store, let me just say that I'm not affiliated with them in any way or fashion. But anyway, if you go to Aldi, if you have one near you, by all means, I have tried almost everything in their store and it's excellent. And I can go there and shop for a family of 3, myself and my 2 daughters, adult daughters at that, and including breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a week, and spend about $70, which is excellent. I take my own bags, and it's off-brand, but everything is good. Produce is good, meats are good, everything. The other thing is shop your pantry. When you make that meal plan, be sure to shop your pantry. You don't want 5 cans of tomatoes or 3 jars of pickles in your refrigerator just because you can't remember that you have it. Be sure you make the meal plan and then take inventory of what you already have so you don't buy extra. Another thing that I like to do is shop the sale. Of course, if something is on sale and I know I'm going to use it, I buy it if it's an excellent sale. And then meat that's on clearance, there is nothing wrong with that meat. The grocery store, they have to get rid of it because, they can't sell something that's past the date. But I always usually buy my meat at the 50% off. And then either I bring it home and I cook it or I freeze it immediately, and it's great. I save so much money. For an example, yesterday I bought 2 steaks in a package and it cost me $4. So, you can't beat that. Make that dollar stretch. The other thing is that I like to do is make my own spice mixes. For example, Italian seasoning, cream of something soup, meaning, leave out the mushrooms, but it's still the base and you can make it and it's delicious. Taco mix, make your own tomato soup. That's easy. I'm not talking from scratch, but I'm talking semi-homemade, which is great. Marzano tomatoes in a can or regular tomatoes in a can. You can make your own tomato soup just by adding some spices and some heavy whipping cream, and I won't eat canned tomato soup anymore because it's just that good. Make your own bread. Recently I found a very good high-end bread maker at a church rummage sale, and it was $10, and I looked it up and it's over $100 machine, and it was clearly never used. And you throw in the ingredients, it takes you 5-10 minutes and you know what's in there, and a few hours later you have fresh homemade bread. The other thing that I've started doing is making my own salsa. Boy, I mean, That is the easiest thing. It's some onion, it's half a jalapeno, it's a can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes, a can of diced tomatoes and chilies, a little bit of honey, and some half a lime. Easy. And some salt. You know what's in it. It's fresh. It's semi-homemade because of the canned things that are in it, but it tastes so much better. These big companies have made convenience almost crippling for families because we're not used to making our own, when really, in reality, it's better for us, it tastes better, and it's so much less expensive. The other thing I'd like to stress is keep your leftovers responsibly. I have been so guilty lately, well, not lately, but in the recent past, of putting my leftovers in the fridge in containers, and then they get shoved to the back, or I don't feel like eating it again, and so I end up throwing it away or feeding them to our chickens. So recently we purchased a food saver type product. I can't remember the brand, but there's several brands. And my daughter's a flight attendant, and so this is really working out well. The leftovers, we just go ahead and, if it's tacos, I go ahead and make that taco without the lettuce and put 2 of them in one of those bags, suck out the air, seal it, and throw it in the freezer. So right now we have a freezer full of packaged homemade foods that she can easily throw in her lunchbox, and she's actually even convinced the restaurants at the airports to heat that up for her free of charge, which is awesome, because with her being a flight attendant, she doesn't want to spend all her money eating out. So this is a deal breaker here with the food saver thing. And also, when you buy your meats, on clearance, you can, if it's a huge package of hamburger like what I just bought last week, I cut it in half, used half, froze the other half, and so it's gonna be great. I'm also I work for a school, so I'm also looking forward to using some of those prepackaged homemade meals when I go back to work for lunch. It just takes the stress off of everything. We have, sausage, egg and cheese biscuits already prepackaged. I bought some muffins and a half a cake that was on clearance at the store, and came home, sliced those up, and froze those too. We have tacos. I had pulled pork sandwiches frozen. We have some stroganoff frozen. I mean, the ideas are ongoing. The other thing is just, watch your pennies. Don't spend on things that you don't need to. Don't go to the grocery store hungry, because you will fill your cart up with a bunch of junk that you don't need, and you'll be sorry later. Buy fresh produce. That's always good. So those are my frugal tips for in the kitchen. My other thing I wanted to talk about was the laundry room. And unless you live out on a farm, or if you have someone that's works outside in landscape or construction or anything like that, but if you work inside and you're in air conditioning all day long, there is no need to wash, especially your jeans, after one wear. You can get 2 or 3, maybe 4 wears out of something before you wash it. Now, I'm not talking the upper clothing or your undergarments. We live in Texas, so it's darn hot at times, and so the only time I don't wash my dress or whatever after one wear is I wear it to church for a couple hours. I come home and change it, and then I feel like I can wear it again. And another frugal tip for the laundry room is if you buy your laundry detergent, use half the amount of detergent that they ask you to use. Our clothes are not that dirty. There's no need. I use probably exactly half of what they ask me to use. Or if you really want to be frugal about it, I did this for years. I haven't done it lately, but I have been known to make my own laundry detergent, which is so simple, and it's pennies per load, and it lasts for a good 6 months to a year. I mean, it may, it costs $20 to buy all the ingredients of what I made, and it was pretty darn awesome. So that's my frugal tips for now, and comment below with anything that you have to offer, and I will be coming up with my next group of frugal tips. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Bye now.